This week on Tech Weekly, we've got some stories from LinkedIn. LinkedIn went private. LinkedIn went public this week, and they went on, they're going to be on the stock market now, the stock exchange, and they've been enjoying some success. We're going to talk about what that means for startups, as well as maybe a new option for, instead of selling to Microsoft like Skype did, maybe going your own route and becoming a public company.
Yep.
Also, we've got a huge explosion that happened at the Foxconn headquarters. We're going to talk about what that means for Apple's production and maybe some iPad 2 shortages, because that's where the building A5 was. And then finally, we're going to talk about Blip.tv, why we use it, and why, if you're doing online video production, you should use it as well.
All that and more
On Tech Weekly.
Tech Weekly, episode 49. It's May 11th. No, 21st, 2011. What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're attempting, I don't know, I guess you could say we're trying.
A little seamless thing going on here.
Yeah.
Trying out the new title page, see what that's doing.
We are technically we're broadcasting in HD as well as recording for the first time in HD. Well,
so you should be able to see every little pimple on our faces.
And then we've got Carlo joining us.
And we're not on there yet.
And Jacob's not on there.
Go over here. Carlo's joining us.
Yes.
Hello, Carlo.
How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm still waking up right now, but half asleep.
So, let's go ahead and start off with our
How about
first
that
news
shot?
story. You like that shot.
I like that shot because we can see everybody.
Yeah.
We need Carlo to get a green screen so we can just put him in the middle.
If I keep going over here, I get smaller.
Well, if someone gives me one.
So our first story for this week is LinkedIn went public this week, which a bunch of people were talking about this, and it's weird for startups nowadays to go public, which is kind of weird because if you start a company, I guess your main goal, especially in the tech industry, would be to be able to so other people can invest in you, because that's the best way to make money. Well, this is really one of the first startups. I mean, we've seen other startups try to go public and fail, but LinkedIn has really enjoyed some major success. They're trading at $85.99 as of yesterday. Of course, the stock market closed. They were up 50 points, 91% yesterday in their second day, of being on the stock market. So that's pretty good, and
$86 a share.
I mean, that's not bad for somebody who just went public 2 days ago.
That's pretty high for someone that went public.
Yeah.
They must not have very many shares.
So let's talk about LinkedIn first, because some people may not know about LinkedIn, because if you're not searching for jobs or
they're at 93.09
really?
now.
That's awesome.
Nice. So they started it looked to be at 40 something dollars probably. Yeah. Man, if you could buy stocks when they first went public,
that'd be awesome.
You would be in the money right now.
Yeah. So LinkedIn is a job search kind of social network where you can. It's not really a job search, but you post
it's like your online portfolio kind of deal.
And a lot of people use it. I mean, I know people at teachers at my school have a LinkedIn, and if they ever find, if they ever were offered to be a professor or something, they just send them their LinkedIn account or something, and that's what they do. Well, it's kind of weird for a startup nowadays, like I said, to go public, because Twitter, they're still a private company. They still have private investors. Facebook, and you would think Facebook would have a lot of success, but
I think this is one of the first ones to do that.
Well, I mean, there's a couple. That
those kind of
social
networking sites.
So, Carl, what do you think about this? I mean, I know that not LinkedIn is a special thing because it's just with business, but it kind of if I was starting a company right now, I might want to test the waters of being on the stock market. But the only problem is if you fail, your company's kind of dead. So, Carl, you think this is the way to go, or you think that most startups just need to stick with the venture capital and the investing with private investors and stuff?
I really don't know. I don't use LinkedIn, and I'm not really into business, so I ain't got a clue.
I'm not. I don't even think I have a LinkedIn account. I think. Do you have a LinkedIn account?
No, because I'm pretty satisfied with my job right now.
Yeah. I think this will be. I think we'll see more startups, especially in the social space, test the waters of the stock exchange, but I don't think, in a lot of ways, I don't think that like color could have near as much success as what they have now if they would have went public. I mean, they would have probably just died. So, I don't know. I mean, I think this is one of those stories where it's just a feel-good story, and maybe,
Aww.
yeah, you feel good for LinkedIn. I mean,
Yay.
yeah, we showed the picture here of them.
Well, also increases their revenue because now they have
Oh yeah,
a lot more money now that they would not be getting in.
I mean, Mashable's been covering this. I mean, they were saying that like the owner could get like hundreds of millions of dollars because he'll have the most
shares.
Yeah, most shares. So that's an interesting story. I think it's pretty cool that a startup has made it onto the stock exchange and done well.
Nice.
So yeah. Jeff, this is an interesting story because we've talked so much about Gazelle, and if you don't know, Gazelle is they're kind of a startup, but they're a website where I actually sold. What did I sell? Oh, I sold a broken 3G iPhone 3G, and they gave me $100 for it. Like the screen
Here's
was cracked.
$100.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because you can they send you the postage. Postage is already paid. They send you a box. You put your stuff in there. They send it to them. You send it to them. You can get like a check, a Walmart gift card, like a ton of different places, or you can just get it directly deposited into your bank account. And so, I mean, I got the $100, a $100 check, and ended up spending on something I forget what I was spending on, but
candy.
Yeah, candy. No. I bought a ton of gummy bears. But
we just now got done eating them last Thursday.
Now, there's other companies who do this. Best Buy has tried it out. I've seen it on their website. I haven't used it. But now Amazon is going to test the waters of enabling you to send in your old electronics, and they'll pay you for them. And, Gazelle does this in some ways. They'll refurbish them and sell them to other people or sell them to somebody who does refurbish them. But the cool thing about that is, it's really not environmentally friendly to have like cell phone batteries and stuff laying around, and there was a big push to recycle those, and Gazelle has a price estimator, so if it's not worth anything, I don't know about Amazon, but
they'll
Gazelle,
still take it.
Yeah, and they'll recycle it for you and do away with it.
And I know, I
they'll
think
take it for free. You don't have to pay anything.
Like Staples, I think is doing that too, where you can bring it in the
yeah,
store
I've
and
seen
stuff.
That before.
But they're not as big as any of the others.
So this is from Mashable. Amazon has expanded its trade-in program to allow customers to send their used electronics for gift cards that they have used that can be used for the e-commerce site. The retail giant will eat the shipping cost in that deal, letting users price out for the value of their products, including cell phones, tablets, and digital cameras. Nice. The Amazon trade-in site, which we'll go to now.
And then they will refurbish them and sell them on their website for double the price.
Yeah. Now, looking at this, it looks essentially just like, not just like, but it looks like something. So they do textbooks, video games, movies, and electronics. Let's just say we wanted to trade in an iPad 2. So this is a lot like something that you would see.
Well, it almost looks like you're going to buy it, but it just says trade in instead of buy.
And then you click on this. The estimated value is up to $330.
Tell your condition, what you got.
Here you go. I mean, this is like they're buying.
Yeah. What kind of capacity do you have?
Yeah. So if you had Wi-Fi, Verizon 3G, 64 gigabytes, and it was white. Actually, this brought me to a page where I can buy it. That's kind of weird. Anyway.
Oh, I think because you clicked it, you didn't say trade in.
Oh, I didn't?
You clicked the actual link to
I
it.
Did, okay. So, I mean, it's pretty cool that they integrate it with their website, but the only problem I have is Gazelle, you can actually get an Amazon gift card, plus so many other things. So, anyway, I'll log in later.
Oh, you don't want to show everybody what you're typing in?
I don't care. I mean, they can see my... but anyway... I mean, don't you think that's pretty cool that they do it now? Oh my gosh, that's not mine.
You typed it all in wrong.
I know. But the weird thing is, I think I'd still go with Gazelle, and I put this in the show notes. Yeah, would you rather go with Amazon or Gazelle or the one that pays the most? Honestly, I would go. I
would always go with the one that pays the most, because if I'm trading in something to get money for it, I want to get the most money for it. I don't care who takes it.
Yeah, but
I'm not trying to better one or the other. So I'm like,
oh, here we go. So, but is it an issue for you that you can only trade in for an Amazon gift card?
You can get plenty of stuff on Amazon.
Wow.
Can't
Yeah,
you?
I
So
mean, you can get pretty much
not a
anything
big
you
deal.
want.
Like my grandparents, they wouldn't want an Amazon, which they wouldn't be doing this, but they don't want an Amazon gift card because they don't like ordering things on the internet. But
And then hit
I think,
continue and then send them a box full of bricks.
all right, that's what we'll do.
Do it. Send them a box full of bricks.
So there you go.
That would be awesome. They'd get it back and they'd be like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing I got. It doesn't work, man.
So
Or make a really high quality 3D model of it, like the shell. Man, I got this thing and it doesn't even turn on.
So Mashable has raised the issue that I have as well. It puts Amazon in competition with Gazelle, which has paid out more than $25 million in cash
$1 million
to customers for used electronics. Launching in 2008, at first glance, it would appear that Amazon... Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that kind of stuff.
You are going to be spammed.
Spam me, I dare you.
I dare you. I'm going to burn your house down.
At first glance, it would appear that Amazon is offering slightly more, 178 to 158 for good condition iPhone 3GS, 16 gigabytes. Yeah, send me stock mail. That's exactly what I need. So right now, Amazon is at a spot where they're offering $10 to $20 more for some gadgets than Gazelle is. Now, I can see that maybe just being an introductory price or whatever, but... You know, Carla, I honestly, I think that you would probably be the same way. I mean, aren't you just going to send your gadget to... I mean, if Gazelle's going to offer me $20 more, I'll just do it with Gazelle, because either way, I'm not having to pay anything. You know what I mean? I mean, they're sending me prepaid postage. All I do is stick my iPhone or whatever into the box, send it away, and they send me a check, right? So it's a win-win situation.
I'd rather sell my stuff to somebody who's going to pay me the most. But to be honest, I like to hoard my stuff and keep it. So I don't usually send any of my stuff off. I just keep my stuff. I have all sorts of stuff lying around.
I've thought about if I ever got an iPad 2 or an iPad 3 or whatever tablet I got. I thought about selling my iPad 1 to pay for it, but then again,
I'll probably keep it.
Yeah, that's probably what I would end up doing, because I mean, even with laptops and stuff, especially with what we do. If I upgrade to a new laptop and I had an old laptop, I would probably just keep it.
You could reutilize it for something else. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could run a server or whatever, but a lot of people don't think that way, and they just want their gadget now, so they'll say,
I want to sell all my old stuff.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. I don't want it no more.
But the only issue is a lot of geeks are hoarders, so.
I'm a hoarder. Hey, you know where my G1 has sat since I got my Evo?
On your
The
desk.
same place where it sat when I got rid of it or stopped using it. In the floor next to my nightstand in my room. It has not moved from there since. I actually picked it up one time to look at it, and I was like, I could probably start using this again sometime. Nope. Back on the floor.
Yeah, Smoothie said he's a hoarder, and I think I agree with him as well. All geeks are.
Wait. Hi, I'm Jacob Roberts, and I'm a hoarder.
Yes.
I hoard all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. I do it more with gadgets, but I mean, I do it with other things.
You do it?
I said that a lot. I do it with other things. Well, I mean, there's a mixer right there that...
Nick doos it.
I do it.
I'm a self-admitted hoarder, especially with cables.
Cables.
I have loads of cables, Ethernet cables, phone cables, composite cables. I've got bags
cables.
Full of stuff. Cables.
Cables that hold other cables for storage capabilities.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Now, this story here is from the Washington Post, and it was kind of a weird story when I saw it go across my Twitter feed yesterday. I'm like, okay, who really... Yeah, I mean, that's bad that this happened, but then looking into the story, it could have a major impact on a lot of people who want iPads and other Apple devices. What appears to be a fire or explosion engulfed one of the buildings at the Foxconn factory in, how would you say that? Chengdu, I guess, maybe? China? Sure, whatever. There are no reports of casualties, although the damage looks severe, and essentially 10 fire engines, ambulances, and 10 police cars arrived on the scene as soon as it happened. Reports state that a few floors of the building A5, apparently part of the iPad 2 production line, were affected, and the explosion was caused by some light dust igniting in one of the manufacturing rooms.
iPad dust. Don't breathe this.
Yeah. Now, this is the same Foxconn where there were so many people in China that were committing suicide by jumping off the buildings.
Nice.
And they are.
So it's just basically a death hole.
I mean, yeah,
it's like everybody's killing themselves. Buildings are blowing up.
Yeah.
We don't even know if this was like Arsenal or something.
Yeah.
It might have been.
But this is from the Washington Post, and they're reporting 7 people hurt. There could be more. This would be more of a non-story. I mean, it kind of stinks, but I mean, there's so many fires and stuff that happen every day. But the only issue is it's with iPad 2s, and we've already seen iPad 2 shortages because it takes time to produce them, and there was such a demand for them. But now may have more, a longer shortage. I can't talk.
Don't worry about the people that got hurt in there, but our iPads, dude. Our iPads.
I know, no.
I think by now that anyone who wants an iPad has pretty much bought one.
Yeah. But, I mean, there are people that lag behind, and, I mean, I'm sure the Apple Store sells iPads every day, but... What?
What?
All right. But anyway, it's an interesting story, but it's kind of,
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Now, Jet, we've talked about the rumors of this phone right here on Gadget Gurus a couple times, but Motorola and Verizon are set to reveal on May 26th the Droid 2. After months of speculation,
X2.
Verizon... Oh, X2, sorry. My bad. The Droid 2 is the one with the keyboard. Verizon and Motorola finally put into the rumors, officially announcing that the Droid X2 would be available for pre-orders starting May 19th and available in stores in May 26th. It does have 2.2, which is pretty bad. It will be upgradable to 2.3. Features dual-core 1 gigahertz CPU, 4.3-inch screen, a reflective QHD display, and an 8-megapixel camera, autofocus and HD recording ability. Now, I think that the two main features is it's got a dual-core CPU, but also QHD display. I mean, that's pretty high-quality display. Plus, it is a 4.3-inch. Jep, let me just tell you, I was at Best Buy yesterday. Didn't buy anything, of course. Just
of course.
Not even any gummy bears.
No, if you bought gummy bears at Best Buy, they'd probably be like $8.
They got gummy bears though, so that's the sad part.
So I was looking at the phones, and Samsung. I don't know what phone it is, but Samsung has a phone now that's It has a 4.5-inch display. That thing was huge. I mean, I put my...
let me get out my 8-inch phone here and stick it up to my face.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Let me fold out my phone.
I think it's so interesting to watch the progression of so many different technologies. 4 or 5 years ago, we were talking about that little Pantech. We've talked about this before. That little Pantech phone that was like this big. And
you know what I'm waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for OLED screens, because then, mark my words, I've seen it in a future
dimension
thing. OLED screens, they're real, they'll be able to be real thin and everything, so you'll be able to still stick the motherboard in there, but you got the OLED screen, and then I'm picturing a like clamshell kind of open up like book looking thing that's got 2 more screens on it.
Dang.
How many screens do you need?
I want 4 screens. I want one on the back also.
I'm sure that would get about 8 minutes of battery life, but
No, it's OLED.
Yeah, but
it's substantially.
It's just so on the mobile phone, I only need 1 screen.
Yeah.
I want 28, Carlo.
Oh, you can have 28. I'll just have my 1.
I want one that pulls out too.
I'll be able to concentrate more.
Yeah.
I want one of the screens where like you pull out this little thing and it's like on a flexible thing. You just pull it out and it's like.
But talking about OLED, I'm very interested in OLED like displays.
I wish they'd just go ahead and start pushing the junk out.
I mean, for like
because
computers
Samsung had
stuff?
so many phones there that had OLED screens.
Plus, I mean, we saw
at CES.
Yeah, they were so expensive, but there were TVs that were.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, dude, like the OLED screens on those cell phones. Cell phone was like.
Yeah.
Like.
What I like about OLED is whenever it shows black, it's not using any.
It's black, yeah.
Yeah, it's not using any battery power, which is awesome because I mean, on mine and Jep's phones, 4.3-inch screen. The major battery hog is the display. I mean, you look on your Android.
The darker the color, you basically got 2 things. You got the color of the LED, and then you got there's like a white LED that kind of makes it bright or dark, and so when that's the alpha or whatever, so or the intensity of the LED, you got the color and then you got the intensity, so like gray would be like a mixture of all three colors, except it would just be a very, very dim, you wouldn't be as bright.
It wouldn't be a bright.
So I mean that's
white
really
light.
cool because like, and I see a lot of people like making their web-based sites when OLED stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Start making them like darker and like you have dark themes to phones because it will use substantially less power.
I mean, Carlo, we've talked about this, how you and I both love Usphora for the iPhone and the iPad, is because it's such a dark theme. I mean, I'm kind of with you. I know you have really, I think you've said before that with lighter themes on like computers and stuff, it kind of messes with your eyes. It hurts your eyes a lot.
I have sensitive sort of vision, so white with black text is a bit, depending on how bright it is, it can strain my eyes a bit. So I prefer the black with white text.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for me to read.
And I love that.
That's why I use the Usphora app, and I used TweetDeck for a while, but it's a bit lacking in some departments, so I stuck with Usphora on the phone.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm still waiting for on the phone though is an instant coffee maker.
Oh, that's the
best
one.
28 screens with an instant coffee maker, exactly what I need. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of dark theme. I mean, if you look at my desktop, the theme is dark.
Go over to camera 5.
Oh wait, no.
I have a dark theme whenever possible. I have a dark theme, whether it's on Ubuntu or anything I have. I always try and have a dark theme.
But the cool thing is, I mean, if you have an OLED screen, you're actually rewarded for liking dark themes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know that's stupid, but
yeah, the darker the theme, the
less battery.
Less battery you use.
I mean, that's just awesome.
I'd be like black theme with white text or gray text, just enough to have enough contrast to be able to read it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, sweet, I got like 48-hour battery life on my phone now.
That's pretty awesome. I like that.
I did that on Ubuntu. I had a dark theme with black text.
Yeah. You couldn't. No, I'm just kidding. So, Jeff, this is an interesting story, and Mashable spotlighted Blip.tv this week, and, I go on Blip.tv almost every day. I mean, anytime an episode is published on pbcasttv.com, that requires me to upload to Blip.tv. Mm-hmm. So, I got pretty familiar with it. But the cool thing is, Blip.tv came out with a new UI this week, and it's pretty awesome. Let's go to, let's
go to the web.
So if we head over to Blip.tv,
this is live, guys.
Yeah,
just
live.
Live. Let's go to the Uber live shot here.
Should we go to ours?
The Uber live shot.
The Uberness. Yeah. So let's go to what's one of ours? Tech Weekly.
What are you doing? Oh,
I think this works. I think this is how they format their stuff. Yeah. So Blip.tv is a really interesting service, and we're going to show the new UI here. What? Oh yeah, there we go. So, right now, ours is, you actually have to go in and format it for the live shows and stuff, but, here, you'd have a thumbnail right here, or something. Actually, let's go over one more.
The pbcasttv windows.
Yeah.
Or PD at night. I just searched pbcasttv up in the search, because they're pretty predictive on the search.
But the cool thing about Blip.tv is it's made for podcasters, it's made for web shows, essentially. I mean, that's what Blip.tv started out with.
So we haven't upgraded the logo yet.
Yeah, no. But anyway, I mean, if you go into their... I mean, it used to be kind of weird watching on Blip.tv, but it still serves its purpose because they're so good about doing RSS feeds and stuff. But, I mean, look at this. This looks awesome. I mean,
when our HD shows come in, they got a very nice HD
yeah,
player.
they do.
Just saying.
And they changed up the player as well. Like, it used to just always have the play buttons, the controls at the bottom. But... looks like they're being kind of slow, or we're being kind of... See, I mean, look how... 2011. Look how...
yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking about...
See how, minimalistic it is? Like, you just see the video, there's nothing else. I mean, if you come over it, you can actually have controls and stuff. But, I mean, isn't that pretty... I like
That's pretty, I like it.
And, I did mention in the intro that we'd talk about why, if you're doing online video, you should use Blip.tv. And one of the reasons is... RSS is key when you're doing podcasts and broadcasts or whatever you want to call them, because so many people will subscribe to the shows that way and they're delivered that way. And Blip.tv makes an RSS feed for you that's compatible with iTunes and essentially any other player that you would like, which is pretty awesome. And the cool thing is it's an advanced hosting. I mean, technically, YouTube hosts your videos, but it's not really hosting. Like, you don't have access to the file on their server. Like, you can't, like, you can't point, like, and I mean, it's really jerry-rigged. You could do it. I think you probably could do it, but the cool thing is they give you a direct link to where, their actual, where you can just watch the raw video file. So I can just say, on the website, if you look below the player, it says download this in whatever format.
Yeah, and you basically could just give a link to download your file on the website.
Right click or save or whatever you want to do, which is pretty awesome. Because honestly, I'm not that big of an iTunes guy. I don't like subscribing in iTunes. So anytime that a podcaster or broadcaster allows me to download directly to my desktop or whatever, or subscribe via RSS to in like Miro or however you said that, pretty awesome. So Carl, I mean, I don't know if you frequent Blip.tv, but don't you think this is a pretty cool UI? I mean, it's a pretty good change from what they've come from.
It looks nice. Yeah, I don't go there very often, but I do remember what the old one used to look like, and this new one definitely looks a lot better. It's definitely an improvement.
I like the fact that they put your video front and center. Like, they do have suggestions on the side, but
I don't usually pay attention to those. I usually just go for what I want and then disappear.
Yeah, that's really how I am as well. I mean,
I also like the fact that it's not blocked at
the depot. Yeah, Jacob watches.
So I can watch stuff, and then I can show all the people at work our funny antics.
Our antics. And I want to test out, because we are broadcasting in HD now, we'll actually be able to test out HD on Blip.tv, so that'll be awesome.
Should work out very nicely, because their player handles switching between the two.
Yeah,
you can
really
say,
good.
show me the HD version of this, but they also will give you a standard D if you got a slow internet connection.
Yeah, and Blip.tv is really good about having multiple files, so if you're a podcaster and you want to offer like an OGG Theora video or a iTunes compatible video or whatever, you can have like 5 different formats under one account. And if I think it's like $5 a month for their Pro, it's not much at all. And the cool thing is you can bridge accounts. So like right now, it's kind of jerry-rigged how we do it. We got 3 separate ones that way. We can have
more than
3,
or
really,
4, 5 separate ones.
Every time we make a show,
RSS
we have and you can do it with like search terms. I've seen people do that. We tried it. It's slow updating, and I really didn't want to like hassle you guys with that.
So
but it's not hard. I just go in and log in with a different credential every time. But
every
single
time. But it would be cool if they would let you like group your accounts.
And you
together.
can with the Pro account, but
Yeah.
The only issue I ever have with Blip.tv is YouTube has gotten to the point where so many people are encoding video, but their video encoding is like second to none on any upload website. I mean, you go on YouTube and it takes... most of the time, if I can re-encode a video into WebM, which YouTube now recommends for their player, because that's like Google's new open source thing.
We don't really want to have to do anything when you upload it.
And then I can upload that, I can encode that, upload, and have it ready to watch before Blip.tv gets done encoding the video that I started uploading before I started encoding the other video. I mean, it takes a pretty long time, especially... It's kind of like Vidler. Vidler does this. We used to host with Vidler.
Well, they're all ran out of their own little thing too, aren't they?
Out of what?
Like Blip TV is not, Google.
Oh no,
so they're
no,
ran out
I'm
of some
saying,
small little.
I'm just saying, but
yeah,
that's the only thing I have an issue with, which I think I'm just.
And I mean, if you're telling everybody that you're posting stuff like the next morning or something, I imagine that there's probably a Blip TV uploader somewhere out there that you just throw it in there.
Yeah.
And go, wee, and then just forget about it, and it's there.
Yep. So, if you're doing an online video, I definitely recommend that you at least try out Blip.tv. From what I can tell, they have really no. This is one of the cool things is they have no down. They don't have a bandwidth cap. So, like, if this is what a lot of podcasters do, they'll have a free account on Amazon or or a very, they'll pay a little bit of hosting on their website or something, and they have a bandwidth cap. And once they start exceeding that, if they get a bunch of hits on their downloads or something, all of a sudden they've got a $1,000 bill sitting in their front door for hosting fees. So Blip.tv is a really interesting way, and I like outsourcing video hosting more than I do having it on your own server that your website's running on, because your website will get all slow and stuff when people are downloading. So that's pretty awesome. Blip.tv. I really like that. What the Blip? We could do that. Blip? I like that title suggestion. Good work.
I did that in the chat room.
That can be taken in so many ways.
Blip. So after so much
waiting in anticipation.
My guess. I mean, I find, Jeff, if you see that, I've got my
Oh, he's
PS3.
got it back over there.
Yeah, my PS3 is back over there because I wanted to play.
Back over there.
I wanted to play some MLB 2K11 or not 2K11.
He's got it back over there.
Yeah.
He's got it back.
So it broke. It was about earlier this week that the Sony PSN was finally back, and they welcome users back with free games. Some of them they actually offered. I've heard stories of people saying, "Hey, my credit card was compromised or whatever." And I actually gave them
you want a free one?
They
want a free credit card?
Free credit card.
It's from FEMA.
They gave them a free. What is it called? A free pro user subscription for like a year or something.
Yeah.
They are offering some free games. Sony's offering a selection of free movie rentals, a 30-day free PlayStation Plus membership for non-PlayStation Plus subscribers, and an additional 60 days for regular subscribers, as well as an additional 30 days for premium subscription for existing music unlimited premium trial subscription members and whatever. So they're offering a bunch of free stuff, saying, "Hey, remember we weren't actually down. We were just not really down at all."
And in other news, the PSN goes down again.
Yeah.
No, that'd be hilarious. Because the onslaught of people getting back on it makes them crash again.
Smoothie, I'm pretty sure that everyone does. I'm reading this Mashable article, and they're not saying anything about certain people getting those.
I think it's really if you just complain directly to the CEO, which his email is below.
They're also offering
junk. I don't have that.
100 free virtual items and additional free content to be released soon. Now, the interesting thing was there was a phishing site that was out there, and actually, if you logged into your PSN account and went on to the web browser, because you can actually get onto the PSN, there were a couple of accounts compromised on the day it came back. So that kind of sucked.
Well, like they had a website that was compromising the account still?
Yeah. Like as soon as you log onto your web browser, somehow they got in. I don't know.
Nice.
So that's kind of funny, but I kind of feel sorry for people that
phishing sites.
Phishing.
PH.
Yeah, PH.
I was like,
no.
Wait, you going on a phishing site?
No.
Like
You basically change your password and then they get your new password, so your account is still screwed.
Yeah.
Because you didn't change the email that you were doing the password with.
Well, because the email and the date of birth is still up there.
Yeah. So, I broke out my PS3, not really because I don't play online that much with the PS3 because none of my friends have a PS3. But I do like to play a baseball game that's only offered by Sony on the PS3, so I did break that out. But yeah, I know a lot of people who have actually ditched their PS3 because of this. I mean, I've heard a couple
stories. Still do the PS3 grill, I'm just saying. There's always a second life for your PS3.
Yeah. Grill
you some silicone infused chicken nuggets.
I'm just glad I never got one because I was actually going to get one, and then about 2 weeks later, the whole PSN thing happened, and I was just like, no way, I'm never buying another Sony product ever again. Sony, you fail.
Yeah.
Fail.
So this is from Ars Technica, and this is something that's been a huge problem for me lately. Verizon is going to swap unlimited data plans for tiered plans, so essentially they're doing away with truly unlimited data plans, if you call them truly unlimited, whatever. And now family plans will actually share one tiered thing, so they may like a whole family will share 5 gigabytes of data or 2 gigabytes of data.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
That
so
sucks.
I'm on AT&T, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, you've probably noticed that I've been complaining about this. Is Google Maps on my phone has had issues coming up, and Google Maps is just not only a battery hog, but it's also a data hog. And I use 300 megabytes worth of data in one day in an hour or something. And that wouldn't be an issue. But AT&T, I'm now on their 2 gigabyte data plan because I wasn't grandfathered into the unlimited. So I get
You're lucky you get 2. I only get 1.
Yeah.
I get 1 gig a month.
which is really, that's not, I mean, I'd be past it. I'm already at 1.4 now because that's 2 days that I didn't really notice that. And then I got a text message from AT&T, which I do credit them for, sending me this because, I can see them just saying it's $10 a month for every gig you go over. So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, we've seen some astronomical
when they were doing 10 cents a kilobyte that time.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's when you have like...
You're like, oh, sweet, I figured out how to tether my internet to my computer on my phone. Look, I'm checking my email and downloading pay $60 bill.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So...
yeah.
I got a text message, 65% of my data has been used, and it's halfway through the month. So.
But what I was looking at was like, you got AT&T. It's got 2 gigs per cell phone number, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, every time you pay $30 a month for data, you get 2 gigs.
Okay. You got Verizon now that's like 2 or 5 gigs for the whole family.
Well, yeah. I mean, they haven't announced yet. But essentially,
when it comes out, then AT&T owns T-Mobile now, right?
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're still doing. But Sprint's really still the only one that actually offers a real unlimited...
$100 a month, unlimited
100%
everything.
Unlimited. There is no cap. Because I haven't hit it yet, and trust me, I have tried.
Yeah.
At least I don't know about it because
you
work
still have
pays
that.
for
Yeah,
it.
well, they're like, oh my gosh.
What is this stupid bill? $1,000?
Yeah.
You were downloading what?
Honestly, I don't think... I mean, that would be one of the only reasons I would go to Sprint. Unless I lived out west.
I'm just waiting for the Sprint-Verizon merger, but I hope Sprint buys Verizon, not the other way around.
Which won't happen,
but hey, if it does, you could pretty much kiss AT&T goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're already shared. The reason why I say them two, because Sprint already is allowed to use Verizon's towers without roaming charges. So they're already sort of in the bed together.
Yeah.
All they got to do is like conceive a child and birth it.
But right now, with their 4G LTE, the fastest, the 4G that Verizon offers, they were capping at $50 or 5 gigs for $50 a month.
Yeah.
Or 10 gigs for $80. That's actually the 10 gigs is for only air cards or the modems.
And we're getting closer and closer to Sprint
MiFis.
having their 4G around our area.
Yeah, and
So.
AT&T technically has, as the very intelligent lady at Best Buy told me when I bought my. She said, "Well, it's kind of like 3.5G." I'm like,
because,
what does that mean?
Because that's measurements of speed, not generation of the internet. Because that's what it originally was 3rd generation, 4th generation.
Yeah.
Not actual speed measurements.
This goes back to, we talked about, it was a while back that the FCC actually requires now a certain qualification for it to be called 4G, which, I mean, we could call anything 4G.
But
I mean, it's just a new technology.
That's really and truly what it was originally it was, this is generation. Like Japan and, China and stuff had 3G.
Yeah.
It was 3rd generation of internet.
Yeah,
this is
it
the
had
newest
nothing-
technology this is the next step up.
I mean, you had inherently faster speeds, but the 3 didn't mean anything for speeds.
Yeah,
It just
but
meant,
I'm just saying, it's just their next technology.
Yeah.
So, when you turn around and say 4G, technically, all the companies have done it correctly, calling their new thing 4G.
Yeah, but then
everybody and their brother refers to it as a speed.
Yeah.
Just because it's 4G does not mean that it's going to be fast.
I mean, it should be.
It's
In my
supposed to
mind,
be,
it should
but
be.
Yes, but that 4G does not denote.
Yeah.
It's just that company. And this bottle of water is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Get your piece of internet today at GoDaddy.com.
Anyway,
that'd be hilarious if we had GoDaddy water. This stuff tastes like crap.
No, we would just have product placement.
It's a label over the water.
Yeah.
GoDaddy.
Or they'd automatically charge you to renew it every year.
Yeah. Sorry, you just drink a. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how
you can't drink that. That's you can drink that tonight, but not tomorrow.
So, Jeff, as an avid Chrome user, this kind of makes me happy. It isn't just an experimental build, but Chrome 13, which is kind of odd because last year at Google I/O, because Google I/O just having a couple.
13.
Yeah, they were on version 4. Now they're releasing new versions of Chrome every 6 to 8 weeks. That's
Okay.
the dev cycle.
Okay, hold on, guys. The way versions of software work is a major change
Is a new number.
is a new version
yeah.
number. Okay, major version number.
So we just saw Firefox 4. They were on
Yes.
3.6. They went
It's
to
when
4.
something substantial changes in the program.
Yeah.
You have not had stuff substantially. You're just fixing bugs. You cannot increase the major
Well, I mean,
version.
yeah,
number.
they have had some new things, but it's nothing like Firefox
It's
4
not
was.
a complete
to 3.
UI
Yeah.
redesign. You know,
Yeah.
it's like maybe like 3.4. You know, it's like Chrome
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of reminds me of how I don't know. I mean, there's just some people that don't really grasp that concept. I mean,
they're
going
going
to
to be
26. And
like next year. We're going to be on like Chrome 40.
you're like,
Hey, it's Chrome 40. Have you tried out the new Chrome 40 yet? It's pretty sweet. I'm just saying.
Well, see, Smoothie, this is they have a 6 to 8 week dev cycle, so pretty soon you'll be on 12. I'm still on 11 as well, but you'll be on 12. And so right now, 12 is almost done, so they've already started. It's weird how they do this, but 13 is the next, like, they're working, they just started working on 13.
I guess they don't believe in subversions on
Yeah.
at Google.
And on Linux and on Mac, you can get the Chromium daily builds, which Chromium is the open source version.
And it crashed.
Well, actually,
sorry.
I don't. It's Windows that has that issue. And
But
I've
you know what I'm
never-
saying? Like,
Oh, yeah, I know.
if someone's pushing a daily build and then they're like, "Whoops, I put a P instead of an
Yeah.
H. I just crashed their Chrome and
So,
it doesn't work now."
it's-
Congratulations.
I mean, I guess I don't check for, or I don't have my system check for updates every day, but I get a 3 to 5 days a week. I have an update for Chrome, which I like because I don't know. I mean, it's only.
Well, I mean,
like-
I guess they're actively working on it, but at the same time, then you're like, but
Yeah.
you're pushing out like a buggy program. Then maybe if you're
Well,
updating it that fast,
And also, it's not my main browser. I use
Yeah.
Chrome. I use Chromium. The cool thing about the daily builds is it sets aside 2 different options, so I can go into my Linux box and I can say I want to
Use a
run
stable.
Chrome or I want to run Chrome daily builds,
yeah.
which is pretty cool. But
I feel like not actually being able to browse the internet.
Yeah.
Whee!
it's fun to keep up with it.
I know it's always neat to be on the
yeah.
cutting edge of technology. Yes.
So on Chrome 13, this is from RS Technica. They're going to introduce an experimental hidden nav bar, which Chrome was one of the first people
Can you
to not
find
have like the file, like the file menu, and then Firefox went away from it. IE9 now goes away from it with
the title thing a little bit thicker now.
yeah.
Like it dropped a whole entire because you remember how they used to have the up here they would have just the tabs.
Yeah, and then below they have
And then that was your content. And way over here, see how I'm using the screen, Nick?
yeah,
Way over here you had the close and minus and maximize stuff.
right.
But at the very top of the screen, like they redesigned the Windows or Linux or whoever's border to actually make it to where it's all the way up at the top. But now they don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very minimalistic if you look at the picture here, and it kind of reminds me sort of IE9. In fact, I like the change to Firefox a lot. I mean, Firefox, it kind of reminds me of Chrome as it pushes all the tabs to the top, the current version of
Oh,
Chrome.
I see what you're saying about the hidden toolbar thing.
Yeah,
Or
like the
nav
search
bar.
the nav
Yeah,
bar.
where you type in
Yeah,
and go to,
it's- You have to actually, there's a
I was
keyboard
like,
command or a drop-down
what?
menu or something that makes it come down.
that's going to be kind of weird.
That is kind of weird. I don't
Like,
think-
I mean, yeah. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to be like, it's just going to be a web page. Like, how the crap do I go to anything? You're just like moving
I
the
don't
mouse
like the
around.
idea of that, having a hidden nav bar.
I really don't like it either. I mean, I like minimal designs, but that's a little too minimal for me when we're
should be
taking
an-
away
it should be an
critical.
option.
Yeah,
You know, if you hit F11 to go full screen or something, that's the option for it to hide.
I do like that. I do like having, because that would be nice for.
Like a netbook or
Yeah.
something where you need the space to browse everything. But I mean, you see Firefox here on my netbook. I got plenty of space. I mean,
Yeah,
that making that go away is not really going to make that big of a
Yeah.
difference. You're
It's
getting what, a quarter of an inch, a
Yeah.
centimeter. I mean, it's not really.
I do like the fact that they are going to minimal. I don't like IE9 at all. I mean, I tried it on my mom's.
No, I don't ever use
Ew.
Internet Explorer. The only time I ever use Internet Explorer
Is when you're forced
is
to.
at work. We have this GIS,
Yeah.
program.
Does it open automatically?
And we have to use it in Internet Explorer because Firefox doesn't have the smart card authentication stuff built into it. And we have smart cards to authenticate who we are to get to the stuff.
I got you.
So that's the only reason. If Firefox would smart car identify us,
I would use it, of course.
I would use it 24/7.
I hate Internet Exploder.
Explode.
Internet Exploder. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
actually, I didn't cover this, but so many people were dropping IE6. I mean, come on. If you're not on IE,
It's about time, isn't it?
Yeah. WordPress.com actually. I mean, that kind of signifies that some of the last websites are dropping it now. I mean, WordPress.com. Where so many blogs, like if you have like freakinghuge.wordpress.com, they've dropped support for IE6 now. So hopefully everybody. I just wish that they would just shut off the internet for IE6 users and force them to upgrade. That's what you deserve if you use IE6. So, yeah. Smoothie's saying that IE died like 6 years ago for him, and JF said that's because that's when all the other browser alternatives came out, which is probably true.
There's probably still people out there using Netscape Navigator. It's that bad.
Yeah. But I'm like, dude, they got Netscape Navigator and they're on AOL email. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hotmail or something.
No. They're not even. They're on AOL email and still using the AOL software to get on the internet. Welcome. You've got mail. Hey, you want to go on our integrated chat program?
I love the fact that like everybody used to think that AOL was like how you
the
got
only
email.
way you could get on the internet. Yeah, that was great.
That's crazy.
Like
So-
I had spools of those free AOL discs.
Yeah.
Where's my other hand? Right there. Like this high. Like we would use them as like
frisbees.
frisbees and stuff.
I've done that before.
You could hook them onto drills and go, and that little thing would break, and then you'd go flying around the room. Oh my gosh!
Not dangerous.
I just use them as coasters.
Yeah, that too.
They make interesting geekery
Wall art.
accessories.
You put the shiny side up, and
Yeah.
you get nice wall art going down your walls.
I've seen a lot of people do that. Now this is a final news story here. I like Ars Technica for this right here because
I
they
like
have
that
so
picture.
many. Oh, the picture, yeah, that is good.
I found him.
Yeah. Ars Technica has a law and disorder section because there's so many tech companies that deal with lawsuits every day. And this is pretty cool. But there's a Senate bill. There's a bill in the making in the Senate right now, which is only applies to the U.S. But it would require anybody who's investigating a situation to have a warrant to search your email and your cloud searches, so your Google account, things like that.
I'm sort of like,
why is that not there already?
Why isn't that like already instated? Like apparently some loophole in the judicial system has basically allowed them to be able to get your search history, get your emails, everything without you even knowing that they got them.
And yeah, you're right, but I think we've just gotten to the point where you've got things like cyberbullying, which I know this is simple, but there's
But they've been able to get into your emails.
Oh yeah, this is
without you
before.
knowing,
right?
And use them in a court case or something. I'm
Essentially,
like, that should be thrown out of court then because
right. If they obtain your phone or something somehow, they can automatically search.
They could just go and look through it and be like,
but
look
now
what he's got. Look at all these pictures of his dog. That guy's weird.
And we've seen it before. There's been a couple. There's several court cases and things that deal with things like hard drives and stuff. I mean, the U.S.
They got to get a search warrant to get your hard drive.
Yeah,
they can't just go and bust in your house and steal all your stuff.
But with so many
get
things,
a search warrant.
Yeah, but so many things I do in the cloud now. I mean,
they could be in your computer looking at stuff without even busting into your house. So technically, they didn't bust in your house. But then, what's considered your house? Where does the property line of your house start and end on the internet?
So this is the proposal here would nullify the provision of the 1986 Electronic Communications Privacy Act that allows the government to acquire a suspect's email. Oh, sorry, is that 86 or 96? 86. Do they even have an email in 86?
Government email with what's his face?
Yeah. Or contents or stored content from the internet service provider without showing essentially a warrant. But now, if this bill passes, they will have to, if they wanted to search Jacob's Gmail account, they would have to say, we have a warrant, just like if they had a warrant.
But this is only for email and cloud searches.
But
this is not, they still have what is it, the facility up in Washington or Pennsylvania somewhere that basically it is doing basically like meta tag searches on all vocal transmissions. To if you say terrorist on the phone, it basically flags you, and somebody goes and investigates what you're saying to see if you're talking about something that you shouldn't be talking about. That's going on right now in the U.S. And they've outwardly said that's what's going on. It's called the Patriot Act or something like that. It's
really?
Where they have the right to tap into any phone call ever
without a warrant.
Without a warrant, they could be listening to, and they basically have an automated system that listens on phones and everything, and it's just where it hears your voice. And
if this doesn't pass me, I could see that easily with Facebook or something.
Oh yeah, and as soon as you put in something about jihad or something, they're like, oh my gosh, get him! Facebook deleted. You are dead.
Oh no! I mean, I like seeing this because I believe in personal privacy. I think that I don't want the government searching. I mean, even if I didn't have any, I don't have anything to hide, but it's still weird that the government could go into my email account at any time. And
but
look
at
what
the
I'm
same
doing.
time, then if you get, I mean, I'm all about privacy, but then at the same time,
there's the magic show notes right there.
You could, oh my gosh, you're not supposed to see that.
Well,
but at the same time, would you want your neighbor across the street plotting to kill everybody, and he's posted it on Facebook and nobody does anything about it because they can't get a search warrant on his emails or cloud searches? His cloud search for a 24 pack of incendiary rounds of fire
that is true.
Grenades or something. You're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure right now. Okay. Well, I guess, and then you got to get a warrant, and then he's got time to hide it. I don't know. I got mixed feelings. At one time, I don't want it to do, but then at another time, I do, because then it's but then for the bad guys, that kind of gives them a kind of a head start to go, hey, you want a warrant, huh? Honey, go hide all the dead bodies. He's coming in here.
What would they base the warrant off of, though? I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah, because if they can't look at it, then how do they know what you're doing?
Well, I mean, most of the time they have a suspicion of something that you're doing to have a warrant.
I'm suspicious of you, sir.
That is interesting, Smoothie, because I mean, if they were trying to get you for
if it's all
pirating
via the internet, then how are they seeing that?
That's kind of a.
Did someone on YouTube tip them off? Hey, you want to tip off your friend? Is he posting weird videos?
Yeah.
Go on here, tip him off.
That's interesting. I like that.
It's sort of like the people that the 1-800 number for Charter that you can call and report people that are stealing cable. That Matthew always said he was going to call me. If I'm ever low on cash, man, I'm going to call and report you. Which I don't do that no more, but...
Yeah, I gotcha.
And I wasn't stealing cable, it was satellite. And I wasn't stealing it.
Just kind of
tapping into the waves of the air. Yeah, so...
Borrowing it.
Yeah, acquiring, borrowing.
It's just like having a radio, listen to the radio station. It's just the radio station's encrypted, and you have a decryptor that can run through serials.
Anyway, guys, you can follow Jacob on Twitter. Twitter.com/freakinghuge, FREAKINHUGE, and check out his personal blog, Freaking Huge.
What?
On Twitter. JacobRoberts.me. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones, and check me out, nickjones.me. And then finally, you can follow Carlo on Twitter, twitter.com/Carlo Brown. And if you freak in our chat room, Carlo Brown 174. Make sure to say hey to him, and as well as all of our other loyal viewers in the chat room. We tip our hat to you guys as well. Tipping of the hat. Yeah, once again, a great episode. We will be back live on Monday for Gadget Gurus, followed by PB at night, and then we'll have a new episode of Fab Lab, which you've already started working on the project.
Now we just got to get the substrates.
Yep.
Come on, Pinocchio, don't let me down.
We've got secret items you're working on again.
Yes, well, not really secret, but...
It's uber secret. It's a backlit sign.
Week from today will be our last show for a week because I'm going on vacation, and then we'll come back with...
We'll start back up the second Thursday in June.
Yes. Well...
I'm going to be so bored.
Yeah. There will be pre-recorded on as long as... Well, nobody will be at my house, so if the computer restarts, we're kind of...
dead in the water, or the power goes out.
Oh, sorry guys, power went out.
Yeah, but there will be.
Let's make sure you turn your iTunes updates off this time.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, a lot of times those get in they'll get in the middle of the screen capture, so you see like iTunes update. Oh gosh, that's great.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Tech Weekly, and until next time, I'm Nick Jones.
I'm Jacob Roberts.
I'm Carlo Brown.
Peace. Yay!
And this is Tech Weekly. See you guys.
Peace.